Whether you're searching for your true love or you want to make an existing relationship better, I firmly believe on having to be that type of love that you want to attract or have involved with. You got to be an energy match. I mean, if there is no resonation, it won't happen, or you're likely to have a lot of problems. Most people haven't even thought of what true love looks like because they're too busy looking in the wrong areas. People focusing on just the basics rather than the dynamics and the basics. It's the dynamics that promote great success in a relationship, not the basics alone. The dynamics are the turbochargers of the basics. They work in synergy. But the basics is all that most people just focus upon when choosing a mate or somebody they want to start dating. They're asking questions like, how good looking are they? And what do they do for a living? And am I compatible with him or her? And can I fall in love with him or her? I mean, look, man, you can fall in love with anybody. In the beginning, I mean, how many of you know someone that's in love with somebody who's abusive? I mean, I can't for the life of me think that in the beginning of that relationship there was abuse, right? I mean, the beginning's the best time. I mean, that time, the fun time when no one makes mistakes, where you take 5 hours to get ready and you change your outfits half a dozen times to go on a date. I mean, it's when you call in sick to work just to be with him or her. I mean, it's that honeymoon stage that we're talking about. It's what most couples will likely go through, and it's when we're at our best. At the beginning of any relationship is the most fun and exciting. It's why when we're at our best. But you guys know this. Most people know this kind of stuff. I mean, they know that it's really good in the beginning. And if you've been in, more than a few relationships, you automatically know how it feels in the beginning. The ending of a relationship always pales in comparison to the beginning. Unless of course, there's the exceptions. But we're talking about statistics and averages here too. I mean, I know there's going to be exceptions to this, but the majority of people living today, they behave the same way. They're doing the same things. They're wanting to live their life through the people that they're watching. They're not trying to be the creators. They're just trying to go after things that are already created. What happens from the beginning of a relationship, which is great, to the nightmarish ending? I mean, if it didn't end in a nightmare and you left on good terms, it still ended. I mean, you fell in love with two different people. You fell in love with two different people, the one at the beginning of the relationship and the one at the end. And that means one of you or both of you decided that it was time to let each other go. You weren't meant for each other. But, what if that relationship lasted a few years? Did you learn something about the 2 years? Or did you mainly focus on blaming them for all the wrongdoings so you could just skip out on being responsible for anything that happened? And also, 2 years is quite a bit of time. Was it worth the 2 years that you spent together? I mean, we always say, I could have been doing this, I could have been doing that, but you didn't. I mean, you were doing that relationship. And it comes down to everything happens for a reason, right? What we do with those reasons is a whole different story. I mean, that ex came into our life for a reason. And one reason is to know what you want, and then, of course, also what you don't want in a relationship. Once you discover these things along with who you're best matched up with, the sooner and more likely you'll then be able to attract that type of person or attract that type of love. It all comes down to energy. You can only take on the same energy as you give off. So if you have a consistency of chaos in relationships, you're going to have to discover what faulty coding is in your brain that's causing it. I mean, perhaps peace in a relationship is not something that you grew up with. And so therefore, chaos is more familiar to you. That means an easier way of living through chaos. Familiarity can be very dangerous. It really can. And even if it's destructive, those destructive habits. We all have destructive habits. But it's understanding why we have those to further our love life, the love of ourselves, and attract the true love that we want to end up with or that we're with right now. Life coding does just that. It shows you your strengths and your weaknesses. It also shows you how to nurture them by understanding those strengths and weaknesses. It's really easy once you understand the roadmap, once you're given the roadmap. Our life coding system, it's designed for you to discover truly who you are, why you're here, and where you should go. I mean, it teaches you your best matches for love. It teaches you the best ways to love yourself. These are extremely important in having the life that you truly desire, what you really, really envision. Understanding these principles provides you the very best way to attract the love of your life or enhance the love that's already in your life for lasting success. I'm Logan with Brain, Body, Soul. Thanks for watching.
Brain, body, soul. Live life from the inside.